Disclaimer: the following program features language not suitable for all audiences, and the expressed opinions found within this program are a reflection of those who feature on the PopCulture Effect podcast. Welcome to the PopCulture Effect. I'm Rockin Rob, and on this show I bring my closest friends together to talk about all of the news happening in our pop culture world around us. I am joined today by my two friends, my two confidants, Gemini.
Hello.
And Menace.
Hello.
I almost called you Blaze for a second there, but he is not here because he's
Wow.
tummy gremlins. But as we alluded to at the tail end of last episode, this episode's gonna be all about anime and the news around it, because, you know, Anime Expo happened. There's been a lot of other stuff that's been announced over the past month, 2 months.
It's happening.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is going on. But I think, at least for my childhood, the most important story to talk about is the Naruto Storm thing, but I feel like that's going to have a lot more to it. So I think we should go with the more actually notable announcement, which was the
Jujutsu Kaisen game.
Thank you, the Jujutsu Kaisen game. Tyler, take it away from me before I screw up any further.
Okay, so the Jujutsu Kaisen game is called Curse Clash, and is actually looking pretty cool. It's a 2v2 action game made by Bandai Namco, so people are kind of skeptical that it's gonna be like the Demon Slayer one, where it took forever for them to get other characters and stuff like that. But apparently it's a 2v2 action game where you can play as both Jujutsu sorcerers, like the main characters and stuff, and you can also play as curses, and you get to choose your partner, and then kind of go through and either fight each other. There hasn't been anything on the story mode yet, and there's also been no release date for it, but it is been confirmed that it is coming to everything: PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Xbox Series S, and PC.
Interesting. Well, that ought to be nice
I wonder
for
if
the
there's gonna be
weeb
any
gamers. Like possibly for the PC variants. PC variants of games always have a pretty decent modding community.
I'm more interested in seeing who they're gonna have or how far the story is gonna go.
Is this going to be an online game, like online fighting? Because if that's the case, that would prevent it from being as easily moddable.
It's gonna be kind of like the Demon Slayer one, where there's a story mode where you get to choose two people from the team to be in your fight, and then you'll have also just like a 2v2 normal mode.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I saw of the gameplay, it looked like it was, I don't want to say rock, paper, scissors, but like it had a lot of different fighting styles. Like you had Yuji, more of a like fighter base.
You get to use all the techniques from all the different characters essentially that they've shown in the anime so far.
Yeah, what's the girl's name? I can't remember.
There's a few. You'd have to be more specific.
The brunette.
Her name is Nonbaka. Nonbaka?
The one with the hammer and nails?
Or Nonbaki? Yes, something like that.
Well, yeah, she's gonna have more of a long range style, but the one I'm really interested in is the black-haired character. I literally need to rewatch.
Megumi is his name.
Megumi. I love how I didn't even remember the fact that Megumi is my favorite character from Konosuba. But yeah, his is more gonna be like if you're familiar with the Storm games, kind of like a puppeteer character, where he's...
Well, yeah, he summons Shinigami. That's kind of his thing in the anime, is that he summons different spirits that he can control.
I think the character I'm most excited for is the panda.
Panda's real cool, and I'm excited to see how he plays in the
splash screen. We did get to see Sukuna as well, and I'm so interested because I don't know. I feel like they could do one of two things. They could, like for the domain expansions, I feel like it could either be an ultimate or be an awakening.
My guess is it'll be like an ultimate move in Ninja Storm where it'll hit you and they go into a cutscene. Just because of how domain expansions work in the anime, they're meant to keep people in, and it's like a ultimate one shot, your move will always hit kind of thing.
I get that, but I feel like it could also be cool if you activate it before you hit the ultimate and it actually changes the map environment around you.
Well, even in the anime, it doesn't change the entire environment around you. It's like a little bubble. That's
true.
It's like your own. Yeah, it's a pocket dimension. There you go.
Yeah, I'm super excited to just like get my hands on some actual gameplay beyond the 4 characters that were shown off, because I don't know, I just feel like
They
there's
showed
a lot.
some, but it was like in frames. We got to see Gojo do his one of his techniques.
Gojo was teleporting, so like I feel like he's gonna be a top tier character.
It looks like there's like a wide range of like area to fight into, so wondering if you can like use some of the environment to your advantage and stuff like that.
But yeah, going from another game that's being talked about a lot, and it's a game that I hold dear to my heart. The Naruto Storm franchise is getting their new game Connections, and they've been showing a lot of gameplay. Comparing that to like Budokai, the new Budokai announcement, there's been like an ocean of gameplay and content that have been talked about. But Gemini, what have you been able to find pertaining to Storm Connections?
Well, I haven't been able to find much because it seems like it was like a lot of it was announced at the Anime Expo for this year, but it does seem like they're trying to keep a little bit under wraps. Obviously because it is, Naruto Boruto, and it's the newest iteration of it, they're gonna have a lot of the more recent characters that showed up in probably like the more recent episodes and releases of the manga. They did announce these 2 new characters that are going to be added that have never been revealed before, I think even in the series. Yeah, they're game exclusive characters, and the first is I lost his name. His name is Mers. He has a very interesting design where he looks like he's got it looks like he is an antagonist of some kind, because it literally says mysterious man who plans to start the war, so like ooh and everything. But he's kind of given me like I don't know, goatee man with like wraps for a head. I don't know. He's heavily scarred and everything, so that's the one character. And then the other one is Nanashi. I guess she was like the announcer from the previous game, from what it seems like, and it had a little weird quip about it. Yeah, she was a guide Nanashi is a guide from an popular in-universe online game, Ninja Heroes, and then in parentheses, and possibly Kishimoto's fan Naruto Sakura offspring.
Oh god. When I first saw that character, that's literally the first thing I thought of. I'm like, this literally looks like the kid of Sasuke or Naruto and Sakura.
Yeah, so, and people like even a lot of people are like wondering like, is this like Kishimoto's little like little alternate universe character? Which I mean, it's his story. He can create any character he wants to, whether or not they be canon or not. And hasn't the series already delved in like alternate universe kind of things anyway? So I mean,
I think that was more time travel and or the infinite Tsukuyomi dream states. I don't think they've actually acknowledged if there is.
Well, no, wasn't it one of the movies? Didn't one of the movies delve into that? It was one of the like when they were. I think it was one of the Shippuden movies. I think I only saw the first one, so I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm 90% sure that like Naruto and Sakura were thrown into this like alternate universe, and every like because like everyone was like kind of the opposite, where like Hinata was like this seductress bitch, and Sasuke was like an awkward guy, I think.
Unfortunately, that was not the movies. That was the Infinite Tsukuyomi filler.
Oh, okay. So, all right, never mind. I thought it was like an alternate universe kind of thing, and I mean, maybe in some weird way it could have been, because the Infinite Tsukuyomi is kind of weird, like its mechanics and such. It's they're having a special story mode, and I'm from what it says, these 2 characters, especially Mers, my bad, not Mets. Mers, I think, is going to be play a big role in the story mode. Yeah, it says Mers is an antagonistic devotee of fan favorite Pain. So I guess he is like, he's like a Pain cultist, from what it seems like. So that's pretty much all they've really revealed, is just these 2 original game exclusive characters of that. I mean, it seems interesting, it seems fun. I haven't played a lot of the Storm series because I preferred the stuff before Storm, the PS2 variants of Naruto Ultimate Ninja. I love the shit out of those games. Ninja Storm isn't bad, honestly. They're really good, and I would give this a try.
I mean, I'm definitely intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by the new gameplay mechanics, because new game, new characters, new ways to play the game. And going off on the story of the game, the one thing that I noticed, I don't necessarily think it was outright told or like referenced, but it seemed as though with this new original story, Sasuke and Naruto's alignments were kind of like switched, whether that's with Naruto being controlled and being turned against the village. I don't know. I've just always been interested in the concept of Naruto being the antagonist.
I kind of like that idea too,
I
because
don't know if it's fully confirmed. It's like the only concrete information that we have is in the first frame of Naruto being shown in the trailer. It shows like a little glint in his eye, but who knows what that could be.
That'd be a really interesting concept of like a story because gonna be honest, as much as I like Naruto is the first anime I ever got into, so it holds a very dear spot in my heart. I never actually heavily cared for Naruto and Sasuke because for Naruto, like, yeah, I liked him more, but his personality was kind of grating at times. And then with Sasuke, God, I couldn't stand him because of his personality, because of how he acted. I couldn't stand him. But I would like to see their roles reversed, and in a sense, how would the story go? Would they keep Sasuke's personality where he's kind of like, a depressing little bitch, or would he be more how he was when he was younger before he got severely traumatized?
I feel like he got traumatized at an early age, though.
Well, yeah, that's why he's how he is, because he lived through such trauma at an early age. Wouldn't anybody, if they literally saw their big brother murder their whole family when they're like 10, and then like in order to keep him safe, he's like, I never loved you and I'll kill you in an instant.
Little side tangent. I know we were talking about the Sasuke Naruto thing. Apparently, one of the new things that came out is that the Yellow Flash is getting his own manga, like his own 4-chapter manga series.
I did hear about that. Yeah, they're doing a story, like a prequel kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was actually a community vote to who got their own chapters, and Sakura nearly beat out.
I know.
Gonna be honest, I kind of wouldn't mind that, because here's the thing. Sakura's actually a really good character. People harp on her because of the fact that when she was 12, which, mind you, she was 12 in the beginning of the series, all she cared about was Sasuke. Which, yeah, that's annoying. That's an annoying-ass character. But it
that
also
didn't
sucks.
that didn't just stop then.
No, it didn't. But the thing is, if she was written a little bit better to where she had more to her personality than just Sasuke, then yeah, I think she could have had potential to be a really good character, because she actually isn't bad once she actually grows as a person. I've always kind of liked her, and I feel she had potential. It's just she was kind of written poorly in the beginning.
I don't dislike her as a character either, but the fact of every fight that she gets into, and she's trained to be this mega strong physical strength type person, and she gets one hit in and then she gets bodied.
Like I said, I think it's still the fact that even though she has grown, she's still kind of written not the greatest. That falls more on Kishimoto not really writing female characters that well, but I'm not going to go into that tangent, but I do have a whole last tangent for that.
And also, I feel like it also has to do with just the overall power creep that Boruto introduced. Like, I feel like the characters in Boruto are a lot stronger than the characters that were in Shippuden.
Well, that's probably because he wants to go for that, children will be better than their parents kind of thing. So that whole archetype, the children will surpass their parents and masters and such. And what better way to show that than the next generation being stronger than the previous one? I mean, they technically did that with Naruto's generation being stronger than the generation before, which was like Jiraiya, and it's not like they were the next Sanin and they were considerably stronger than the previous generation.
That was always my favorite moment of the war arc, just their summons and them really coming in to being the new legendary Sanin. But
yeah, so it's a common theme that I think that is just part of it, where the next generation will be stronger than the last. It's a common theme with a lot of stories, honestly.
I just wish that instead of having Naruto's kid, we just had a whole series about Konohamaru.
Yeah, we got robbed.
That would have been great.
We got robbed with Konohamaru. Gonna be honest, I don't like a lot of the designs for the characters in Boruto.
I know this is gonna be a really weird tangent, but the character designs for Konohamaru's friends in the original Naruto were actually referenced in a Ben 10 episode.
They were. I remember seeing that episode and I was like, oh!
It was great. But yeah, going back to your point of new generations being surpassing the old, there is a new game with a new anime coming out from the creator of Dragon Ball, and I'm super excited for SandLand. This is the story is basically, it's a desolate world where water has become a scarcity, I really hope that never happens to the real world. But the main cast is an older gentleman, and I'm not sure if it's actually Beelzebub or just a demon, but it's this really cool post-apocalyptic like desert wasteland where they have to fight demons, and it's actually kind of short, like when you're taking into consideration the manga, but hopefully when they actually bring it to an animated format, they'll be able to add their own distinctions, broaden the overall scope of it and maybe add more to it. But the game looks to be an adventure RPG where there's plenty of vehicles to traverse the land, and you're fighting monsters and completing missions, and the art style is great, the overall feel of it is great. And I mean, am I sad that he is moving on to a new project? Yes, but I'm fairly certain he's still gonna be they're still gonna be retroactively keeping Dragon Ball alive, because Dragon Ball is literally the biggest anime in probably all of history. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for SandLand, coming from one of the big three, the creators of one of the big three, Dragon Ball. But switching to another big three game, we have Menace. You've been looking up this Bleach game?
Yeah, so it's called Bleach Soul Resonance. It's actually made by the same people that made Marble Snap Newverse, which Marble Snap actually isn't that bad. They're doing a 3D action RPG game. So instead of the normal like Bleach games that we have had where they're like turn-based or gacha games, this one's actually like sets you down as Ichigo. It covers at least the entirety of the entire Soul Society arc and Waco Mundo arc.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it's said to have low latency combat experience with weapons and swords, and engage in strategic battles. Like the AI will actually block and use different moves, counterattack you. From what
Really?
we've seen. Yeah. So far what they've shown is the fight between Ichigo and Kenpachi, and between Ichigo and Byakuya Kuchiki.
I've always liked Kenpachi. He was one of my favorite of the Soul Reapers.
So it looks like you'll actually be able to go through as the team. And
Shit, can I play as Hanataro? God, yeah. He's my favorite character. I like him for his personality.
That's what they all say.
He's kind of an asshole.
No, he's not. He's a
If
goofy.
Later in the series, like he makes a lot of passive aggressive comments.
Because he's been bullied his whole life, wouldn't you?
So,
With Captain Unohana? Nah.
Did
I'd
they...
be perfectly fine with getting bullied.
It looked really good, and I feel like it really could have been a good console game. So, like, why? Like, did they give any information as to why it's a mobile game?
Bleach has never really had a console, like, they haven't given any information, but from what I've gleaned from it, it's just that Bleach hasn't really had a console release. They more want to stick to the mobile games, because in Japan, mobile games are like the highest market.
That's a good
I
point.
think the only Bleach games I've seen on a console was some of the fighting games for the Wii, and that was it.
There's been no story game for Bleach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was a fighting game, so it had like, the fighting game story modes. But like, that's just, fight after fight after fight. There's no actual story. But like, that's the only like Bleach title games that I know are on console. And again, it was the Wii. And the Wii was one of the highest selling consoles in Japan for a long time. Like, I kind of understand why they probably decided to jump on the bandwagon of the Wii's success and popularity and publish a game or two for that console. But after the Wii like kind of died out, they never went to any other console.
I mean, Nintendo did indoctrinate an entire generation to buy a console.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was one of their most like popular and well done consoles, next to probably the SNES and the NES and everything. So I mean, of course they're gonna be like, all right, well, I guess since it's doing so well, I guess we can slap a Bleach game on there.
But what about the Virtual Boy, though? Why wasn't there any Bleach games for the Virtual?
Because
my
I don't think
gosh.
Bleach was out during the Virtual Boy's release.
Yeah, as if that console ever had any success in its lifespan. God.
Maybe one person enjoyed the Virtual Boy.
That monochromatic red is just permanently bleached
Yeah.
in my memory.
That one person enjoyed it, and then figured out that their eyes were so bad they couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so maybe Maybe it gained success because there was one dude out there who loved his Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah, Buddy had the mint condition Virtual Boy and the Power Glove.
I'm sure there are Nintendo fanboys out there who do have them.
I mean,
But,
nostalgia is a powerful little thing.
But kind of going back to this, I do hope that this does well, because if it does, that means that a console release of a story-based Bleach game could be on the way.
Right? I hope it does well too. I mean, I know it's going to be a gacha. There's going to be microtransactions up its ass. So
It's not a gacha. No, they said it's a 3D RPG. This one isn't a gacha. This
Well,
one
yeah,
is like
but
actually
it's-
just going in and following the stories. You're not getting different versions of the characters or anything.
so there's no pull system.
It's
for
a
any
it's a
other
full
characters?
on it's a full on RPG. There's no
Oh.
gacha in it.
That's good.
There will probably be microtransactions, but no game is safe from that. But
I don't
if it
even-
is like an RPG setting, what I could see them doing is like, oh, buy this little package and, you can have Ichigo wear this instead of what he normally wears in the store. Like as a cosmetics or something.
I could see them doing that.
Or you said it's an RPG, so hopefully you would pay for the game, which sucks sometimes paying for phone games. But if phone games are really, really popular in Japan, then I feel like they wouldn't bat an eyelash dropping a couple buckaroonies for
Oh, yeah.
a mobile game.
Some actual RPGs though are really good in Japan. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll download some Japanese ones and they're actually like really well made, full on stories. Like some of the MMOs for phones are even really good.
Are you saying you
My,
played?
my phone's too stinky for that stuff. It don't work too well.
Are you saying you played Genshin Impact?
No, I mean I played it, but I didn't pay anything for it.
Well, you paid with your lifespan.
Yeah.
I barely played it, but yeah, I just wanted to try it out.
I'll admit, I've been tempted, but I'm like, no.
Yeah, I just feel like mobile games that just have had a bad rap as of late.
Well, it's because most of them are labeled as free, and then they're bloated with ads that don't make any sense and slow your phone down to oblivion. And then because of the fact they're so bloated with ads, they barely work half the time.
Well,
And even if they do
Most
work,
of those are
then you
like
still can't do
American-made
anything.
ones.
Yeah, that's true. And the few American-made ones that do run pretty decently, even then, like, there's...
Yeah.
They're a mess, and I'm sure like the mobile game community or like that side of gaming, especially as you said, the Japanese ones that are very good, or even like maybe South Korean ones, I'm sure
Mhm.
they're great. But for me, one, my phone sucks, and two, I don't have the attention span sometimes for phone games. Like I'll play them for 2 days and then I'll forget they're there.
That's fair.
I feel that. Speaking of games that are going to be forgotten in a week, there was an announcement for an Avatar Airbender game. And I originally thought this was just coming out for the Switch, but this is actually coming out, I'm fairly certain, for all platforms. Right now there's only a PlayStation and Nintendo trailer. There hasn't been any any Xbox trailer. But it is called Avatar The Last Airbender Quest for Balance, and I want to say right now, the concept of this game is really cool because it is a 3D platform puzzle game, and you get to control all 4 characters, and that's really cool. And they even showed in the gameplay that you can like have Aang master all 4 elements. My problem is this game looks like it was made in 2010. The graphics are awful, and the animations are poo-poo. And it's not something that I would really feel would be a good representation of how, especially with Avatar Studios coming back, you really want to build the hype, and I just feel like this is kind of a disappointment, to be honest.
I also feel like switching from because the Avatar art style itself is really good, but switching that to a 3-dimensional plane is
Yeah.
really hard without making it look like cel-shaded, cartoony, blocky kind of
They
deal.
do kind of a
Well,
good
I
job.
think with how far game engines have come through, or in the past past decade, it's probably much more easier to translate that art style into a 3D sense. But yeah, back when like Avatar was at its peak and they were releasing games where it was kind of awkward, it did look a bit weird. Because I remember I had the first one that was released, I think, and it wasn't bad. But it didn't look the greatest, I will admit. And so I feel like with the more recent game engines, it is probably possible to pull that style off. But you're not wrong, that it is still kind of awkward.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like this is going to be a game. One, I feel like this game would be a lot better if it wasn't going to be released for the Switch, because I just feel like the Switch version is going to drag down like every other version.
Yeah, and also it's a platformer.
I just feel like if
That's not what I want in my Avatar game.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't wanna- Puzzle platformer? Like what? You want an
Exactly.
adventure RPG, not
I
a
wa-
platformer.
I want a risk
I want
simulator.
bending battles. What do you mean?
No, I want
Yeah, like
I want countrywide wars where I just send ships of people to different lands to conquer the world.
Are you gonna play
Where's our-
Civilization but Avatar?
Yes.
yeah, no.
Why
but,
haven't
like,
they made that as
honestly-
a DLC? That's like money just on the table.
Okay, but no, I feel that they should do not open world, but semi-open world. So we're like, because open world games, as great as they can be, sometimes do run into a few issues. So that's why I'm saying semi-open world game, where it's, it follows the story of Avatar, but you still have, it's still a form of a sandbox in the sense where you can kind of do things at your own pace. I think they should do that. That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, because then they could go to like the Fire Nation castle, they could go to the Earth City, they could go to the Water Tribe, and then
Yeah, and like that's what I'm
There's
saying.
no war in Bossing, say.
But like that's what I'm saying, like a semi-open world where like, when you're in like the Earth Kingdom, the area you're at is open world, but like, you can't go from like bossing say to like the desert or whatever in one fell swoop because, one, I know most game engines can handle that nowadays and that's what they're doing and that's what can be done. But like I said, you can run into the issue of the game feeling empty. Another game, Hogwarts Legacy, kind of did fall into that pitfall of it was open world, but it was kind of empty in some spots, a lot of spots. So, semi-open world where, the area you're in is open world and it's free, but it's not the entire map. And it should be like a form of an action RPG where it does follow the story. And I think that'd be really cool because not only could you very easily follow the entirety of the show, but then you can expand on it by the fact that it's, you can do like other things like side quests or other things for characters and everything. And you could even have like a recruitment system to, recruit people to help you, especially when you get towards the end when you are, preparing to fight the Fire Nations. I think that'd be great.
I wanna bring Iroh on my team and just tank the entire Fire Nation.
Everybody wants Iroh on their team.
Because like that's what always saddened me about the Avatar games is that they were kind of like weird offshoots.
Yeah, it
Which is
was
kinda
just like
random.
one. It was like an episode more than an actual like story game.
Yeah, it was like an episode or two, but it was like almost like an offshoot of said episode. It was very strange. Like I didn't play Burning Earth, but like it seemed kind of out of nowhere, the story. It was kind of weird, and the first one was weird. I don't know, it was just kind of strange, and I felt then again when those games came out, that was this like the height of games made for shows and movies where they didn't do anything with the actual story of the media they were making a game of. They were kind of making their own spin-off.
Oh God, the Kung Fu Panda game just popped into my head as soon as you said that.
Yeah, like that was that era of like media games, of movies to games or shows to games, where they kind of made a spin-off versus just recreating the actual movie into a game.
Yeah.
Which is weird, and I don't know why they did that, because 9 chances out of 10 the game normally wasn't that good. Normally,
Every time.
usually. Because like Avatar came out, and then they released an Avatar game not too long after. I don't know how long it took before it was released. Rather than following the story of Avatar, you played as these twin Na'vi characters or something. I don't know. I didn't play it. I remember looking up about it because I was intrigued that they had one. I'm like, oh shoot, can I play as Jake Sully or whatever, and like
Jigsaw.
and like do all the shit that you do in Avatar, and it's like, nah, you play as these twin Na'vi Avatar people, and I'm like, what? Where the fuck are
Is
they
that how
from?
you
And
feel
they're
about
like,
the new one?
the new game that's coming out or the movie?
The new game.
No, because I think at this point it was like it off the bat said that it was going to be like an RPG where I think you would be able to create your own character. I think I'll have to double check.
No, you're playing as a different Navi
You're actually playing
who was raised by.
Well, to be fair, I did say I was trying to avoid any form of spoilers from it, so I actually don't know shit about the game.
That's fair.
No, you're playing as the antagonist, and your goal is to burn down the tree.
Oh God.
But that already happened in the first movie.
Can I lose the game then?
No.
I just lose.
Even when you lose, you still win.
No.
Speaking of moments where people are gonna win, God, that's been my worst segue ever.
What a segue.
Anyways, we are finally seeing the Boruto manga and anime go into their time skip. At that first moment of the first episode of Boruto with the crushed wall of the Hokages and Kawaki and Boruto standing off against one another. That is finally actually going to happen. So, Trin, what's been going on with that?
Well, for one, I was gonna say, so it looks like it says the manga has entered a short hiatus for 4 months, which obviously we're starting the Boruto time skip, which on one hand, that's cool. On the other hand, why? Why are we repeating this?
Hey, we have to go just like Naruto, Boruto has to go through their 4 months of filler.
I guess. It's not even 4 months of filler. It's just more, the hiatus is fine. I understand that.
The whole thing's been
just
filler.
But it's like, why are we doing another time skip? Like, we did that with Naruto to show the progression of him growing and, getting stronger and maturing physically, not so much mentally. But why are we doing that one for Boruto?
I think you just answered your own question to show his growth and
I mean, okay, to be fair, I haven't really watched much of Boruto, so I don't really actually know where the story is right now, aside from what it seems like Naruto and Sasuke are back at their power or something, and there was a big fight, I guess.
Yeah, it's been getting pretty crazy, especially with what they're doing with Code, I'm pretty sure his name is, and the one things that I was super interested in was the fact that they technically brought back the Ten Tails as just goop monsters.
So you said that it ended with Boruto and Kawaki doing a face-off against each other?
That's gonna be where it comes back to. That's gonna be the time skip that we get to when the hiatus is over.
So it's basically another version of Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
when
much.
They were fighting when he had the first.
That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Naruto was great. I didn't watch much of Boruto, mostly because I kind of found the character designs really stupid, and I didn't really like some of the names. But that's besides the point. The fact that he's kind of repeating this is...
I mean, it's more of a repetition than you think, because when you really think about it, Naruto was a boy who had a demon inside him, and Boruto is a boy with Otsutsuki inside him, and both of the entities are trying to fight for control, so...
Except Naruto had a better backstory.
Yeah, I get it. Boruto, was neglected by his papa because Naruto was a busy Hokage. Wow.
He had to get the milk.
Because he actually did what he said he was gonna do.
Yeah, wow. My daddy is too busy at the office. Wow.
So you're telling me that Naruto couldn't create a single shadow clone to just sit in a
He did!
No. I'm saying he couldn't make a shadow clone to just sit in a field and absorb nature energy, so that way he would never get tired and destroy a clone on the birthday of one of his kids.
I don't fucking know, dude. I kind of don't really like how Naruto is written in Boruto.
I don't like how he looks in Boruto.
Yeah, no, he looks a little funky too, but I don't like how he was written because Naruto doesn't seem like the type of person who would abandon his family for work because he knows what it's like to not have a family. I mean, yeah, I get it. You could go down the route, oh, well, he's never had a family, so he wouldn't know how to be a family man. He wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, I get that. Maybe when Boruto was a baby, but the thing is, you'd think once he's older, he would realize, oh, I didn't have a family. I should probably be there for my family, so it's not a repetition. But no, he's too fucking stupid.
I mean, to be fair, he is trying to protect the whole village.
I get that, but at the same time, I don't like how his character was portrayed and written.
And
they did my poor boy dirty.
If you had to deal with the type of son Boruto is, would you not just want to constantly just not...
He acts like that because Naruto wasn't around. That's the only reason Boruto acts like that.
Maybe he just wasn't somebody that people wanted to be around.
No, it's a common thing with children. When they're not getting attention from their parents, they act out because that's the only thing that gets them attention from their parents.
I mean, Naruto.
That's the same reason Naruto acted out, because he didn't have parents.
Yeah, he didn't have parents, so he wasn't even.
The person that was supposed to be there neglected him too.
Yeah, exactly. So you think because Naruto's been neglected, he'd be like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't neglect my kids. And he does.
The third Hokage was like, Minato, don't worry, I'll make sure to take care of your son through the whole
Here's some milk.
And also, we are all shunning you now. I know I am the Hokage and I basically speak for the village, but everybody in the village just hates you.
I think he paid for his apartment and everything, but ooh.
It was it.
Yeah.
No, he actually won a sweepstakes at the ramen place, and he was just able to win an apartment.
I do kind of like the relationship he had with the ramen people.
The ramen people? You mean the owner and his daughter?
Yes, I couldn't remember the name off the top of my head for a second.
I can't either.
The other
Ayame was the daughter.
that got away.
Ayame, I think, was the daughter, and I don't remember her dad's name.
I like how you recognize the daughter's name, but not the main guy.
Look, it may have to be because I was recently reading something
it-
about her
oh.
not too long ago, but it has nothing to do
Isn't
with
it like
that.
Ichiraku? Isn't it like the name of the ramen
Well,
place?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ichiraku, but like I don't remember the dad's name, but I remember the daughter's name.
I think that's his name though.
Well, that's their last name.
It's Ichiraku.
Yeah, that's no, that's their family name is Ichiraku,
Yeah,
but
in
her
anime-
name is whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Regardless, yes, they pretty much ended the current time frame of Boruto. It's going to be going on a hiatus for like 4 months, and they're picking up with a time skip, which I think is kind of a dumb idea. Who knows where they're going to go with the time skip? Because when this happened to Naruto, we didn't fucking know what was going to go on. We didn't know what was going to go down. Probably more shit with the alien horned moon demons, or some random shit from out of left field because they're like 30 years into the future, and of course,
Maybe
with 30
actual aliens.
yeah, who knows? Maybe fucking meat morphs are gonna descend upon the earth. Who knows?
So with where the manga is at, I don't even know if this is like real or if this is like fake news. But apparently there is actually like an Otsutsuki god above all the other Otsutsukis. So we'll see where that goes.
They're falling into that category of it's the same thing with Dragon Ball. It's just we got to make some ridiculously overpowered new guy to.
Well, yeah, because how's Goku gonna get a new form?
How's Boruto gonna get a new form?
He already got a new form, but he's got
Exactly.
He's got Momoshiki blood in him now. He's got that Momoshiki dog in him. But speaking of animes that have dogs in them, this one doesn't have a dog in them, but it's got that energy. And I am actually super excited for it. It's the Suicide Squad Isekai. And I just want to say that the character designs for Harley and Joker are like awesome. I love the painted on smile on Joker's face. But yeah, so this is an anime where I don't actually know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Amanda Waller just sends Joker and Harley to an actual isekai where there's orcs and demons, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be the protagonists, and I'm kind of down for that.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about
Joker is
Joker
a
being the protagonist
son.
that isn't in White Knight.
No. It's not even about. Don't you mean Moon Knight?
No,
Is that
well, one Moon Knight is Marvel, but White Knight was a.
I don't know.
White Knight was a
Moon Knight's
comic
a different
book
character.
that came out. It was basically what happened if Joker was cured of his insanity. Yeah, but that never ends well. Anyways, the art style looks crazy. The character designs for like the enemies that they face in the new world look great. It's a real, like, especially after, I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure it was Batman Samurai or it was Ninja. I don't know which, but
It was Samurai.
like that one had a really crazy art style too, and I'm kind of giddy over this new age of where DC can have animes. Like, I know Marvel had an anime too, mostly featuring Deadpool, but like I don't know, I really appreciate this embrace of anime culture in like Marvel.
You know who all from the Suicide Squad is gonna be in it?
Not literally the only characters I've seen so far in the 40 seconds that was revealed was Joker, Harley, and Amanda Waller. So I assume, like, with a full-fledged trailer, we'll see Amanda Waller send all of Task Force X to this new world, and Joker will somehow get involved. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it, though. Now, something that I would like to say not a single person was looking for. Gemini, what's going on with this Overwatch miniseries anime, whatever YouTube it is?
So yeah, it seems like Blizzard is going to be releasing 3 mini episodes in a mini series that is meant to kind of show, talk about the Omnics and how they went from like human creations to what they are now in the story of Overwatch and everything. And if I had a camera, I was gonna say, yeah, if I had a camera, you could clearly see the quotations for story and Overwatch. But one, I will admit, it's interesting how they're finally doing this, because for years when they would release like character trailers or even just little like story lore tidbits about certain characters. We've been asking for like a long time now, hey, y'all are really good at this. Why don't you just like make a show or an anime out of this? That'd be fucking cool, because the story of Overwatch actually isn't that bad. It's pretty good. It's what got me into the game. Even though it's like a fighting game, like a fucking team-based combat shooty game, but that's besides the point. Like, that's what got me into the game, was this story of it.
Yeah,
And
it originated as a movie concept, and then they were just like, well, we have this other Project Titan thing, let's just kill that and make Overwatch into a game.
yeah,
And
so
then they
I want.
said, hey, we got this Overwatch 2 project. Let's kill what we got.
I think because of the fact that Overwatch 2 has heavily backfired against them, mostly because they fucked up. I think they're trying to salvage what they can by releasing this, because, you know, it's what we've been asking for a long time. And I will admit, the style and the animation is quite nice. It's very fluid, very smooth, very professionally done. It looks quite nice. However, I don't think we really cared about a lore moment about the Omnics. We kind of already know what happened. They were created, they were abused, and then they overthrew, and then they went to war with humanity. Like, we kind of already knew that.
Yeah, my guess is that this is also leading into announcing the new character as well.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
With the next update coming out, they're not only releasing a new character, some maps, they're also adding the PvE stuff, which actually does look good. It's supposed to be replayable and stuff as well.
Well, I guess that's not too bad, but this
With
definitely
different
feels
like
like
modifiers every week.
Genesis definitely feels like a Hail Mary, because they're realizing that everything is sinking around them. I would have made an Ocean Gate joke, but I don't think I should. Besides the
I
point.
mean, you already did say it imploded.
Yeah, but you know, so I think this is a form of a Hail Mary, which if it works, that's great. If it doesn't, not surprised, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch
Blizzard's
2 worked
been-
out so well.
Yeah, they totally worked out, just giving their dog turd a new coat of paint. That's all they did. That's literally it.
They made all these false promises, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there is a little bit of hope, but at the same time, it's really waning, especially with all this different stuff that's happened. Jeff Kaplan leaving. Basically lies that the corporate overlords have been spewing out to their fan base.
Yeah, like
Okay, well, that wasn't it, but
Well, they made the head take the brunt of their, because they were saying that the PVE wasn't it wasn't making any money because it was taking too long. So they were just telling people to do what they've been doing and don't do anything that's actually experimental.
yeah, and then they were also under fire due to all the allegations and stuff.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, Blizzard's been under fire for allegations for years now. Like, I feel like every year a new allegation comes out against Blizzard. Like, that's nothing new. That's that's like a yearly tradition for Blizzard.
What is it? Bobby's supposed to be leaving. CEO Bobby Kotick's supposed to be leaving. That's good. No, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, yay! Edit in
I was
me
just
saying
I don't
yay
follow that
instead
stuff.
of the other my negative reaction.
I was just more saying, another CEO down. Wow, they dropping like flies over there.
That's the world we
Hope they
live in.
replace with another or with someone better.
Maybe, hopefully.
they won't.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah, but to finish off this little communal conversation about anime, Menace, what has been any of the other little tidbits or a final roundup of the anime and manga that you've been looking into this week?
We got a few anime. A lot of them were just like generalized ones that I figured people would want to hear about. Some of them are ones that I enjoy. Like, to start us off, we got Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 started on July 6th. I actually started rewatching it just so I could go back up to it. We got Attack on Titan finally ends for real this time. They've been dragging the final chapters out for like a year now. And
Gonna be honest, I didn't even know they made more, because after the first season, I felt like it just stopped, like, of the anime.
Apparently Eren is now the antagonist of the entire show and wants to commit mass genocide.
Yeah, he looks weird.
Yeah, but essentially they broke it up into a final chapter, right? And then they broke the last two episodes. It was taking forever, so they broke it up into two final episodes. And the first of the final episodes aired on March 4th, and this last part is due later this year.
I see.
And then,
We got
in another 3 months, they'll announce another final episode.
The finale of the finale from the final finale.
we got Baki Hanma. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a fighting anime. Big muscly dudes in prison.
Right up your alley.
Season 2 is coming to Netflix on July 26th. Beastars is getting its. No, I have not actually seen any of Baki, to be honest.
So they're making another season of Beastars?
The final season is coming out.
How many seasons were there?
I am not sure.
I was gonna say I'm surprised you don't watch it.
Shut up.
I never watched it. I was tempted once, but I'm like, I don't know. But
That's pretty good.
yeah, I heard it's really good. I just never got around to watching it, and then like certain parts of it, the main glaring part of it, turned me away from it. But I mean, I think last I knew there were 1 or 2 seasons, so I guess maybe 3rd.
Yeah, not much has actually been out about it besides the announcement that it's coming to 2024.
That's fair.
Another big one though is Black Butler is returning with a new animator, originally animated by A1 Pictures. This will now be animated by Cloverworks.
Oh god.
And it comes to Crunchyroll in 2024.
God, they're gonna come crawling out of the woodwork again. Oh, not the Black Butler fans. Anything but the Black Butler fans.
Another one I'm really excited for, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 2, comes out on, actually it came out yesterday. The first episode for it came out yesterday.
After the Wake Mundo arc and such, it just went downhill.
It's because it's a lot of filler and like you had like the
because they
non-canon
killed
arcs.
off the best character.
Oh, shut up.
They killed off the best character, okay? He carried that show.
Your favorite character.
Yes, he carried that show. They were
another one
destined to
coming
be
up.
together.
Oh my gosh. Another one coming out, which is a new one, or I'm actually not sure how old it's been manga-wise, but Delicious in Dungeon. It's a comedy anime where a group of adventurers, who are actually cooks as well, cook up whatever monsters they slay, all in the process of trying to defeat a magician in an ever-changing dungeon. And that's also coming to Netflix in January.
That one sounds good. I would probably watch that.
I hope it's like not one that's all too serious, right? And it's got like the funny moments.
Yeah, but I also hope it's not like Food Wars, where they're like moaning 5 minutes into not even 5 minutes into the goddamn first episode.
I don't think it's gonna be that over the top.
Hey, the food
I
is
hope
good,
not.
okay?
Okay, but like when it's not even 5 minutes into the first episode, and this one girl is like having the best time of her life with this food,
when one of your main
and she's like fantasizing about the octopus or whatever she's eating, like doing things. I'm sorry, that's a little much for a cooking anime.
When one of your main things of the anime is that this food will make you bust.
Yeah, like that's a little much. I'm sorry. Like I thought it was gonna be cool because I'm like, oh shit, a cooking anime. That's gonna be cool. Is it gonna be like some kind of like Hell's Kitchen kind of thing or whatever? No. Well, kind of, but not for.
Kind of, but no.
For one kind of, but just for one very specific sin. 2, technically, because there's food. So 2 very specific sins.
But let me keep on going with this real quick.
You gotta get the fan service in somehow.
Not all the time though.
Not in the first 5 minutes.
But another one I'm excited for. I'm just starting this one as well. Hell's Paradise has been confirmed for a season 2.
Hey, let's
That one's a bunch of like criminals and a samurai go around and they're on this island full of demons and they're looking for the elixir of life.
Oh, that's an interesting plot.
It's one of the it's same in the same vein as Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. They're like normal, well, like people with powers, but like the demons that they face are like actually really strong and they have to like use those powers, like fighting fire with fire. And then one of the most anticipated announcements, at least for me, Panty and Stocking is getting a new series entirely, made by Studio Trigger. The name of it is literally New Panty and Stocking. That's
really the name of it?
Yes, that's the name of it. And nothing really has been announced besides that it's being made by Studio Trigger, same people that made the Blaze Blue anime and stuff like that. But I am really excited about that because I haven't even fully watched the first series and I love it. It's essentially badmouth angels killing demons to get in good graces because they're sex and candy crazed angels and they're trying to stay in heaven for as long as possible.
I mean, from the moments that I saw, it had a good sense of humor to it, and But I think that wraps up all of the adjacent anime news surrounding Anime Expo and all the other tidbits that have come around for Crunchyroll Oh, I was about to say Funimation, but they got bought out by Crunchyroll. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for listening today on our chill episode talking about shows and games we're excited for. I'd like to implore everyone to go check out all of the different games and shows that were talked about in this episode. I want to implore everyone to go check out all of the rest of the podcasts that are featured on the CJSW website and network. I'd like to thank my two co-hosts today, both Gemini.
You're welcome.
And Menace.
Pleasure as always.
For joining me today talking about all this crazy, wacky anime stuff. And yeah, that about wraps everything up, and we will all see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Always, just a little time for editing purposes. My intro is already
No buffer
perfect.
time. Blah, 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 blah. Words. Blah, 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 blah.
Man,
Hey, Bobbert, in the future, fuck you, you're a bitch.
I fucking hate you, bro, because I'm literally going to be listening. Dude, I swear to God, next week I'm going to listen through this, and I'm just going to fucking shake my head and be like, God.
You're just gonna hear that and be like, wow.
Yeah, first thing. Fucking. Because the episode 2, when I was editing for that, the first thing that happened when I started the recording was Blaze said, "Time to fuck up this podcast." Not gonna fucking deal with your ass. But yeah.
Stop chewing on things.
Dealing with the cat
No.
still.
You
What do you
can't stop me.
What the Tyler, stop. Stop teasing everywhere.
No. Like I said to Trent, you can't stop me.
Dude, you're only supposed to do that to nipples, not every surface
You're
in the house.
you're not my dad.
That's. Stop it.
I don't know why your dad would be telling you what to suck on.
No, you tell me not to, and you're not my dad. So you can't tell me not to either.
But I can tell you what to suck on. These nuts! Got him! Alright.
That's gay.
Shut the fuck up, Trent, alright?
It's gay.
Also, I just realized in the order of things, I'm probably gonna start with you, Tyler, and then go to Trin for Naruto Storm Connections.
Wait, what?
Well, 'cause
What am I
realized-
starting with?
We're starting with you with the Jujutsu Kaisen game. We're just basically gonna switch the top two.
That's gonna be like a 30-second thing, dude. There's not
There's
not much
a
about
lot
it.
of these that are gonna be 30 seconds. I'm gonna be honest.
Like, I feel
Yeah,
like
there's not a lot. There's not a lot for the Blizzard thing. Gonna be honest.
I mean, that's gonna be cool for like over the course of a while when more and more of it come out. But like, man,
Dude, that mini-series is such a cop-out.
I feel like a lot of these stories are just gonna be branches that we can talk about rather than like the full trunk of the story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and my intro is perfect in the post-production. So let's do a bop. That's not a bop. That's a fucking clap.
I didn't do anything.
No, that's not. I literally clapped right after saying doing a bop. Anyways, bop.
Bop.
You're so quiet.
Yeah, it was a bit of a quiet bop.
It was like
I'll
bop.
admit.
Bop.
There you go.
I'm really hoping where I'm sitting is gonna be like I won't have that distant echoey noise this time.
Your mic sounds a little better just on my ears alone, but we'll see. How
I was gonna say I'm actually
goes.
like sitting how I was when I recorded those thingies.
Also, I just want to say I love how just out of random circumstance we have like the majority of our episodes being just 3 of us.
Yeah.
Just out of happen circumstance, and I'm not complaining
Look,
about
I
it.
technically could have joined last week because my friends fucking canceled on me.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
I remember
I was
us talking about that. Fuck.
I was tempted to join, but I wasn't sure if you guys had started yet, so I was like, I won't. But like, I was so pissed off.
I was joining me in the lurker chat.
Yeah.
I could have, but like, still.
All right, let's
I
just
was
get this over
pissed.
with so I can smoke weed and play Elden Ring, and Tyler can get mad at me all over again.
He's worse than you with wandering, Trin.
Oh no, I think I do have to play because someone has to tard wrangle with you. By that I mean
just
you're
about
gonna have to duo tard wrangle.
That's like that's the new subclass that's coming up for Overwatch. Tard Wrangler.
That's just the support class. What do you mean? That's just
yeah.
being a support.
That's a good point. Wait,
Cuddles.
I know I have a water bottle. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I gotta find my water bottle. It's here somewhere.
Cuddles, what are you doing?
Sorry. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Yeah, I'm just Cuddles is doing something. I don't know what she's doing. She's making me nervous.
Sorry about that. I had to grab a quick cup of water.
No.
And we've already been recording for 5 minutes. Let's fucking go. 5 minutes of this recording is useless. I'm still gonna miss this extra content. Anyways,